something. Shh. We shouldn't be talking about this.
Hi everybody, welcome back. We're on episode number 18. That's how old I am, which makes this my golden episode.
Oh, real?
No, it's my golden episode because that was my golden birthday.
No.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Mm-mm.
Fine.
We're living based off the age we are.
This
Fine.
is a new term, so I feel as though it can be defined however we want it to be.
True.
Then we would have already passed my golden episode, and that would just be sad.
Yeah, and you wouldn't have recognized it.
Yeah.
That would suck.
So it's this time, and this is how we're defining it.
Can
So-
we share? Okay.
Oh, can we share a golden episode? But you would have your own golden episode.
We can be golden girls.
2 golden episodes, fine.
2 golden episodes. It can have 2 definitions.
Does that mean that, like, once we get to, like, episode 77, do I have a double golden episode?
Ooh.
I thought it was multiples of 7. So like 14
Oh.
would have been like a silver, and then like
Judgment
Really?
77 is a multiple of 7.
it
would
is a
be.
multiple of 7. But I'm saying she would have more before 77.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she would have a ton because
21.
hers is on the
would have already
7.
passed.
Whereas me, I'm
Or
born on the
28.
24th. I'm literally gonna have one every,
48.
Every 24 episodes, bro.
Yeah, you'd have 2 a year. Gosh.
Sully would have like one every 2 months.
Dang.
Tegan would have 2 a year.
Yeah,
Not even. Wait, yes, 2 a year.
2 a year.
2 a
I
year.
said that.
Oh, you did.
She
Sorry,
did say that.
I didn't pay attention.
It's okay.
And you'd have 3 a year.
Yeah. So it's, no. 4.
Yeah.
No.
4.
Yeah.
3.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. It's 52. Yeah.
Mhm.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
I was thinking a different number. I was thinking once we get to 100 episodes.
Speaking of numbers and weeks in a year, have you guys filed taxes yet?
But your girl makes no
No.
money, so she doesn't have to.
But you get money from the government, so yeah, I feel like you do.
No.
What?
They're loans. I don't have to. They're student loans.
Wow.
I didn't
Mine
fill them
as
out
well.
last year. I looked it
They're
up.
gonna
It said I
come
didn't
to
have to. That's why I didn't file them last year. I looked it up. It said you didn't have to.
Okay. Well,
But I'll
for
double
any of
check.
our listeners who still have yet to file and you plan on doing it paper pencil, think about doing it electronically because with all of the layoffs in the federal government, tax returns are going to be a little bit slower.
Who does a paper pencil anymore?
Yeah.
Maybe they do paper pen. Sorry. You don't want people erasing your facts.
How do you
I don't
even
know.
do
There
it
are
on
people.
paper?
There are people who actually do it. Like,
Okay, and they're like
Like-
becoming fossils. It's like not even
not to
relevant
diss any of
anymore.
our listeners.
I highly doubt any of our listeners does it on paper anymore.
Let's take a vote.
Yeah, please tell us if you happen to be one of the rare few people who files their taxes via paper pencil.
And then
I
you
don't know.
mail it in?
Yeah,
I guess
mail
you
it
have
in.
to.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know why you would do that when you can just hop on a computer and do it.
because maybe not everyone has devices or is technologically savvy enough to figure out how to do it. But also, you know how like
Yeah,
people see like
fossils.
tax people,
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't they file it like paper wise?
No, I think they file it digitally.
Oh,
Why
they
would
just
they
have
file
someone
it
do their
paper-wise?
taxes. That sounds so nice.
Yeah. Because
okay.
there are people who can't.
You're saying like as someone who
understand.
fills out their taxes for someone else?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can do that digitally. There's an option to say, are you filling it out for someone else?
Okay.
Yeah.
And they have like translation services and stuff, so
It's true. True.
they help.
Anyhow, get your taxes done.
Although now that I think
Probably
about
try
it,
and do
it
mine
makes
this
sense
weekend.
why
write
you
myself
get
a
more
note.
than one W-2 when they like
Wait,
mail
what?
them to you. I always was like, why do I get more than one? But that makes sense now. I guess if you're a fossil and like to mail your stuff in, then you need multiple. Although you would only need like 2, not like the 4 they give you.
They give you like 5 or 6.
The way you're
It's like a
calling
3 by
people
3.
fossil is crazy.
It is crazy, bro. No, they do give you a lot though, but they're like the perforated paper. You can like tear them off. I guess like you can.
You're just handing it out to everyone.
You just start handing it out like
That's
with your
wild.
picture day, like little
Highly
wallet
don't recommend.
pictures.
Here's my
Highly
W-
don't recommend.
Here's
Like,
my
feel
W-
bad for me. This is how much I made.
Here's my W2.
Let's not do that one. That's crazy.
Put them on the fridge.
You want to tell me why though? Like, when there's Arden's W2s for getting sent here, one of them was like for Medtronic, I think, and they're like, "Oh, I forgot she worked there this year."
Yeah. Anyway, last year, but
She
yeah,
did-
bro, she
Well,
probably
she
had a lot of
did
jobs last
actually
year.
work there. She went to work.
For a
No,
couple
she
days.
did. She
Yeah.
worked for a
Yeah.
couple shifts. Yeah.
Yeah, so she did make some money. I didn't know if it was like what was the one place? Chick-fil-A
Chick-fil-A?
or
But I thought you had
Hanes
to like file taxes if you
situation.
made like a certain amount of money, but I guess not. You had a W-2 anyway, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
Poor dad, who's probably gonna have to end up filling those out.
She asked him to.
Filling out the W-2s?
Hit
Her
tax returns, yeah.
returns. Yeah,
Oh.
she asked him. Yeah. R.I.P. R.I.P. He could say no.
What's the face for?
Say no to
Tegan.
what? What is he
To filling
doing?
them out for
Taxes.
her.
Yeah.
He always files me under his
Janitor?
taxes. No, dad.
Oh. Yeah,
Did he
but like
offer to do ours? I feel like he
said
always was
that.
like, "Why don't you try doing it
Yeah.
yourself?" And like he'd ask, like we could ask him questions. Like you gotta know how to do it eventually.
I don't think we ever asked if I think we approached him and said, "Can
Yeah.
you help us?"
Us.
And so he helped us
How
the
old were
first
you
year.
guys when you got your first W2?
Oh, okay,
18,
fine.
Sully.
Yeah, fine. whatever.
Okay.
Yeah,
And how
that's
old am I
why.
now?
Okay,
No,
well, you
I'm
both
not judging you.
are at least that
I'm
age
not-
or older.
No, I know.
I'm not
I'm
judging
not
you.
saying I can't.
I think it's totally valid, especially when you're under 18 to
Yes.
have your parent do it. Like
Yes.
you don't want to hit tax fraud when you're that age just because you don't know what you're doing. Like that's totally
You don't
valid.
want to hit tax fraud at any age, but yeah.
No, I know, but you really don't want it on your record at that age. I feel like I don't know, but like yeah. Plus, like you're busy with school and stuff. Like I mean, it makes sense.
He's
I think
busy
it was
with
just
work and stuff.
yeah, but he's already doing it.
Anyhow.
Right? So, like, it's just, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Because he's always like, it's not that much work. This is one more kind of thing. That's what his attitude.
I mean, like it's not like she has
Yeah.
assets or anything like that. So it's like it's just
Right.
entering in
It's
all her
easy. It's just a whole
W2s.
bunch of zeros. Zero, 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 zero,
Yeah.
zero, zero. Yeah. Easy for him.
Wow, damn.
Easy for you. Easy for everyone.
Well, she didn't like go to school or anything, so she didn't have any like tuition like statements to fill out or anything like
they
that.
give
So
you money for that?
for like books
No.
and stuff.
Oh.
Yes. If you keep track of how much you spend for like books and whatnot, you can put it in there. And I'm pretty sure it
They don't
counts.
give you money back.
Okay, maybe they don't, but at least it's
I put my money in for how much I spend for books and stuff. I don't think I got anything back for that. I also remember one year, the year I was moving here, I like donated a whole bunch of my stuff because I did not need it all. And I like calculated how much that stuff costs and I put it into like the donation part. I honestly
Nothing.
don't know what the point is. It does nothing.
I mean, I know for like the donation thing, like because if you're getting money from that, like then you can just be like that's unreported income kind of thing. That like the same.
No, I didn't get money from that. Is what so you can report it as I don't know I don't know. Don't ask me.
Yeah,
Anyways,
Yeah, they always
Where were
go,
we going
just
with
write
this?
it off on your tax returns.
This
Yeah.
is where I went with it. Sorry, this is not the topic of the episode. Not to bore everybody with
Oh
taxes.
yeah, we most definitely are not going to be talking about taxes the whole time. I want to clarify that.
How to
I don't
file
even
your
know where this
W-2.
came from. This was
It's
so
weird.
random. I don't know why this was on your mind, Jezrin.
When do they do?
They're not even
April?
due till April.
No, but it's better again because the federal government has a lot of layoffs. It's better to get them done earlier. Otherwise, you might see some delays in your tax return if you do it later. That's what the news told me.
Oh, that's right. You wake up early and watch the news. Now.
No offense
forgot.
to anybody out there, but if you're relying on money from your tax return, that's a concern.
You shouldn't be. In fact, you don't want to be getting money from your tax
No,
return.
Yeah.
Your dad told us that.
Yes, it's more like just get them filed. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anyone's like in a huge rush about it.
But for everyone who doesn't need their tax return money, my
I'll take
birthday
it.
out of the three of us is the next one coming up in just a matter of months. So I can put my wish list in the link down below. Just a little drop there. And it doesn't matter how much you get, if it's $100 or $500 or $20. I'll put something that you can buy at any price.
All righty, let's move on. We are done talking about taxes. Because I know it bores me, puts me to sleep. And I know how much we all love listening to Jazrin ask for things.
For money.
When she is the one out of the three of us who makes the most amount of money. But it's okay. It's okay.
I have the most amount of expenses.
I would argue with that, actually.
I'm not counting your tuition.
Why?
Yes, that's not.
I would argue with that. Personally, I would argue with that.
I mean, you guys both pay rent. You both have dogs.
Yes. Dogs. I have rabbits.
She does.
Congratulations.
Oh, I'm still paying off my car.
It's true.
I promise you that does not compare to my tuition. Promise.
50 grand a semester. 100 grand a year.
You know, if you just pay off $2,000 a week, you won't have any
With what money?
problems.
With what
You do
money?
realize that's saying go make over 6 figures, like just over like,
Yes.
the bottom of 6
Yeah,
figures. And
I
go
wouldn't be in
eventually.
medical school if I had already been making that amount of money on the side. Like, well, that's not
Wow, you're
necessarily
saying
true.
you're only
It's
doing
not
it for
true.
the money.
donate your plasma, and then go donate your blood, then go somewhere else and donate plasma, and just try and get as much money from all that so that you're just like thinned
I
out because
can't
you no longer
donate.
have any. You
Yeah.
could
Remember,
now.
I
Yeah.
tried to
You
donate.
could try
and
now.
I would give up.
Try again.
I'm too iron deficient.
Never give
to-
up.
Bro, I went how many times? 3 or 4 times, and every time they denied me.
Ouch.
Denied.
And then the last time I went, they were like, "Your iron is still very borderline," even though I did everything the day before and the day before that and the
Yeah,
day
you know,
of.
it doesn't actually check
Increase
your
my
iron.
iron. What does it check then?
It's just your hematocrit. So like it just tests.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, anyways, I guess I had a low hematocrit, which would indicate an iron deficiency anyways. But that's beside the point. They were like, it's borderline, and normally I'd say no, but it looks like you've came in a lot, so we'll let you sit down and do it. And I was like, finally! And then I sat down, and they were like, can't find your veins, bro.
Guys.
And I was like, alrighty.
Hey, that kind of fits
So
in with our topic of the day.
Egotistical today?
Okay,
Yes,
never
that
mind.
does. Oh, okay. I'll skip my comment.
Susan's like,
Nope,
we
go
should
ahead.
go into the topic
Go into
now.
our topic now. No, I just like because like I was helping draw people at the end of the day because I had to train today, so I didn't get to draw anybody, and like I was drawing some people, and then I go back and like talk with like one of the techs, and and he's like, "You just keep coming back here," and I'm like, "Yeah," I'm like, "But I'm like the only one out there who's like really drawing, and I feel like as one of the best phlebotomists out there, my talent is wasted on the general public." I'm like, I should only be drawing when people need help.
Wild.
And then he's like, "You sure your ego can fit through that doorway?" I'm like, "Yeah, squeeze."
The things we've been saying our entire lives.
Yup. Yup. I'm glad other people notice it too.
Yeah.
Not delusional.
No.
Would an ego, like if it was so physical as people say,
Yeah.
would it be light like a balloon or would it be really heavy?
Because it's like inflated.
Yeah.
Inflated self-ego.
I feel like it has to be light in order for them to keep their heads up so high.
But how do they not float away?
That's the thing.
No.
They're in the clouds. They're oblivious to reason and logic.
They really might be.
If your head's in the clouds, that doesn't necessarily mean you have a big ego.
Yes,
No,
it does. Because it was big enough to support your weight and bring you up into the clouds.
Okay, so we're saying in this theoretical universe in which...
Yeah, the saying doesn't mean that.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But maybe what keeps them down is that their brains are actually so small and dense that it holds them down enough.
Ding.
Rather
Ding.
than the light, fluffy brain that's in my head.
Full of air.
Like cotton
No.
candy?
No. It's just grown and it's created so many pathways.
That wouldn't be fluffy. That would be dense, bro.
No, not dense.
Yes, it would. You
It
know
has to
this
be
logic
nice and
is
spongy.
flawed. No,
It's
not at all. Not at all. Not at all, my guy.
No, it needs space for things to travel, Jazrin.
That's air. That's
Not
space.
air space. It needs CSF space.
That does not contribute
Anyways,
to
this
the
is
amount of
irrelevant.
your intelligence.
What I was trying to say is they have tiny rock brains. Okay.
At least their processes are faster because they're more compact than yours, little Miss Fluffy.
There's just
Pants.
not nearly as many processes. That's the issue. Oh,
Okay.
I love how every episode we're like, we're gonna do better about not
Stay
going
on
off track,
topic.
and every episode we start off track.
Okay, so anyhow, so like, as you were
James,
being like,
black.
yes, there is such a stereotype with that, and it honestly, it's a piece of poop because it's like if you're okay. Here's the thing: you are bad at your job if you have to insert like IVs and stuff. If you can't do it based off feel, if you have to do it based off sight, and it has to be someone of lighter skin tone, you're not good at your job. That's all I have to say.
So what you're saying is you're good at your job if you don't see color. You're bad at your job if you do see color.
Yes, how'd you know? Because true allies
here's the
don't
thing.
see color.
Depending on what theory you go based off of, right? You have your light theory and you have like your color theory.
Yeah.
Right? In which case, in light theory, white is all colors and black is the absence of color. Right? So if you want to go based off of that, white people are the colored people.
White people are the colored
racism.
people. Haven't you heard the thing like when you're angry your face turns red, when you're like sad or whatever it turns blue. I don't know. I don't remember all the things. When you're sick, it turns green. Versus like a person who's of color, their skin
Just
tone stays
colored.
fairly much the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Now, if we go based off of the color theory, then I guess black people have all the color, but there's no like black,
Mm-mm.
you know?
No.
Right. I mean, there's people who get
Close.
pretty darn close.
Yeah,
Pretty darn close.
yeah.
Turn off the lights and say, where'd they go?
Yeah. You just need them to smile.
There's their eyes.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry.
But the interesting
We're not white
like
making these jokes.
it's all based on melatonin, right?
It is. Well, melatonin, keratin, and hemoglobin. Melanin.
Melanin.
Melanin?
Sorry. I always say the two backwards
What'd
for
you
some
say?
reason.
Melatonin.
Melatonin. You also said melatonin.
makes
So
you go
I
sleep.
did. Sorry. Melanin.
it's melanin.
Because melanin gives you the darker
What are you
hue.
saying melanin for?
Because there's actually pretty much the majority of people who are like teaching and stuff say melanin. Or something like that. And I
Sounds
I
like they're
say
trying to say, like,
melanin.
Of this video, we are saying melanin.
We are.
It's like, you know, the part of the small intestine called the duodenum.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people call it the duodenum. I don't know, and
Yeah,
it's just
that's
you
what
hear
I
it
was
different
heard.
ways, and
heard
now I
that.
don't know which way I pronounce things anymore. It's just so
Duodenum.
annoying.
It's
I
like
say
microwave.
Microwave is the
Microwave?
correct. No, it's microwave. That's the correct pronunciation, everybody. Anyways, what was I saying?
refrigerator.
Melanin.
Melanin.
It's all based on melanin, and melanin is brown. And everyone has melanin. It's just to what degree of melanin you
Your
have.
eyes have melanin. That's why they're brown.
And like white people are actually the mutated ones. Like they have genes that keep their melanin low.
Mm-hmm.
So that
So they
can be
can thrive in the
pasty.
cold.
That
The
too.
lack of sun.
Pale and pasty.
Please remember, as we are making these jokes, we are white.
Yes. Yes.
Please don't
You're
forget.
half white, so
We
So
are-
between all three of us, we make up 1.5 white people.
Mm-hmm. And 1.5 black people.
people.
Please
Yes.
remember this in the making of this video. Not just being racist.
they're all lighthearted jokes. Lighthearted. Very lighthearted.
Are. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're pale and pasty until you get upset about what we're saying. Then you're red.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Like the color of the wall.
Yes.
So just be careful.
Stay white.
Mm. If you don't want to be white, just get a bunch of. Oh my gosh, Sully. You know what? That's because. Never mind. I don't feel like no. Right is white. White is right. White is right.
We're getting banned. We're done.
Not on the last day of Black
Cancel.
History Month, guys.
No,
Second
tomorrow's
to
the last
last.
day. We got one more day.
Second to last.
Tomorrow's the last.
Yeah. Yeah. We can redeem
Yeah.
ourselves tomorrow.
And since we're only half, we only get half the months.
That's.
We get half of the tiny little month that we already have.
Can I break that up into like half the days and then just the time that I'm sleeping is
That's
my-
that's what some people do.
Yeah,
and then while I'm
sounds right.
awake, it's still Black History Month.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That sounds about right. Except you're probably awake for more than 12 hours in a day, so
Yeah.
Yes.
Unless if you're not, then you must be living
use
the
those
life.
hours carefully.
Seriously.
Yeah, wait.
Who's sleeping
People
12
who
hours.
get to be asleep for 12 hours?
That's insane. It's also way too
Yeah,
much
I don't know
sleep.
how you sleep that
You don't
long.
need that
I
much
mean, like
sleep.
kids should sleep that long.
Yeah, but adults
But-
don't need to.
Okay,
I
but
would
like
love
if you
to.
sleep for 8 hours. Nope, never mind. I was gonna say if you take a nap, but then that'd have to be a 4-hour
Yeah, that'd be a long nap.
You could break it up into like 2 2-hour
Yeah.
naps.
nap. That'd still be a lot.
That's still
Not
Little
that I
power
couldn't
nap
do
here,
it.
power
I
nap there.
could. I could definitely do it.
Oh yeah, 100%. But I couldn't do it every day.
A little hour power nap
Yeah.
after every meal. And then
You have
obviously
4
one after
meals in a
snack
day?
And
time.
dessert? What?
I'm like, wait, what?
Exactly.
Mm.
Yes, 4
What,
meals in a
4
day.
meals?
Mhm.
But after dinner, if I take a nap, I feel like I just go to
Go
bed.
back.
Like,
Then maybe you just have to restructure your bedtime routine.
Then how am I supposed to fit my 8 hours?
Maybe we have to bump it up to 9.
Okay, 10?
And then you
I
can take
do
1
need
hour
9
nap
hours of
after each
sleep, to
meal.
be honest.
I need 12.
I could. I like sleeping in on the
I need
weekends.
16.
You know, women, they're finally doing studies on women's sleep habits, and they
You said.
actually need, like, oh, we already said this?
You have, yeah.
No,
But you
you
can say
said
again.
it, but not on the cast.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but they need more
Wait,
like
would it be
that.
called the pod or would it be called the cast?
The pod.
Whatever you feel. I feel like you could
Cast?
use either.
Should we be in the pods like on Love is Blind?
Yeah,
Close your eyes. Can I picture you? What do you
I would
look
hope
like?
so.
You had to see that coming.
Anyways.
I didn't because my eyes were closed.
And her glasses were on, so she
Right?
really saw it.
Oh my gosh, Jasmine.
Oh yeah.
I was editing the episode last week,
Yeah.
and Noah was around, and he was like, "What the heck? Jasmine's not wearing her glasses," and I was like, yeah, okay. You've seen her like that before." And he's like, "But every other podcast, she's been wearing her glasses," and I was like, "Every single one." So I went back, and you literally have worn of every episode except for that one.
It was an illusion.
He was like, "Your eyes are so
So much
tiny."
people are crazy.
My eyes are so tiny. These aren't my eyes, you guys. These are my eyes.
Scary.
I was like,
Sorry, maybe we should put a little
wow.
warning right before I did
Trigger
that.
warning. Trigger warning.
"Oh my gosh."
I'm just gonna like get a tattoo around my eyes so that whenever I take them off, it still looks like there's nothing.
No, please don't do that.
I would never. It would hurt too much.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that would hurt.
Anyhow, back to
People
what
do
we
it,
were
though.
saying,
What were we
which
saying?
People like
was
get their eyeballs tattooed.
melanin. Ugh,
Yes,
I
they
know.
do. Isn't that crazy?
Like that's scary.
Jasmine hates
Ow.
eyeballs, so it's just freaking her out.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know. Sounds
Oh.
dangerous.
That's why Jasmine doesn't wear contacts.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
She hates
Yeah,
the
she
balls
can't-
that are eyes.
She can't touch her own eyes. She can't watch people touch their
Their
eyes.
eyes. Yeah. She can't touch other people's eyes.
Mm. Ugh, no.
She
I would
can't
imagine that.
Why would you ever touch someone else's eyes?
watch people touch other people's eyes.
Oh,
That's just getting weird now, but okay.
no, it's worse though, because like every so
Can't
often I'll
watch
have a
people
patient.
touch eyes with eyes.
Well, it's not even just like the touching part. Like if someone's eyes like start like watering or something, or, like you know, if, like, someone has like pink eye and like it starts like getting all like glot.
Okay, yeah, that's gross because, like, ew, you have infection. Get away from me.
No, it's just like it's just I can't look at your eye. Ugh.
Interesting. Don't go into ophthalmology, Jasmine.
Mm-mm.
Okay, what were we talking about?
You were gonna
Not
say
eyes.
something.
I was, and I don't remember.
Oh, you were gonna say, the women need 9 hours
the
of
study.
sleep.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
Studies have
yes.
shown that women actually need more like 9 hours of sleep rather than the 7 or 8 that they've said before for adults, because those studies were all just based off men.
Mhm.
So, women, if you ever feel like you need to sleep more, it's scientifically proven. It's because we have month-long cycles where hormones are fluctuating throughout the month, whereas a man, they just have a 24-hour cycle. So every day is the same for their hormones. That's why.
That sounds unfair.
It really does, doesn't it?
Yes.
But you know what else?
They call us emotional.
Exactly. You know what? Whenever a guy wants to say, like, oh, are you on your period when you're, like, being emotional or whatever around your period time, your testosterone levels are actually higher during that time. So you say, yeah, I'm just being more like you. That's all you gotta do.
I like that.
Yeah.
Acting more like a man.
Yep. This is my manly time of the month.
And bleeding out of my vagina.
Like,
I can do both.
exactly. So,
That's funny.
men better watch themselves.
Yeah.
You gotta educate all the women so that they don't have to feel like they're being judged anymore.
Yeah.
I saw this one video where this girl was like peeling off like a face mask, right? Like a smear on one, you know? And it
I
was
know
like
what you're talking
clear or
about.
whatever.
Yeah.
And her boyfriend walked in and he was like, what's happening? Because like he thought she was peeling her skin. And so she goes, well, we shed our uterus lining once a month. And so at the same time, we have to shed our skin. And she had bro believing this because she told her friends to like keep it up, her sisters to keep it up, her
Oh
mom to
my
keep it up.
gosh.
And so it wasn't until they had like a family dinner with like her dad at the table as well. And he was like, oh, is it that time of month again? And like the dad just looks so confused. Like, what is dude talking about?
Yeah.
And then he was like, what have you guys been telling this dude? And then she told him that it was a lie.
That's funny.
That's
Yeah.
so funny.
But it's like, imagine, like, but it's also kind of crazy, like,
That they can
how
believe anything
little
like that.
men know.
Mhm.
No,
Like
actually,
like the same prank
though.
that women used to play, like, hey, can you like grab me a tampon? And they're like, which one? They're like, you know what? I think I'm feeling lime today, or like maybe the lemon one.
Strawberry.
Like, oh, they come in flavors. Like, why the heck would they come in flavors?
Yeah.
I'm not tasting it.
Oh my gosh. Or like just seeing the videos of like guys seeing how much tampons expand when they like soak up liquids. Speaking of which, they're also starting to do studies with tampons with real blood now and realizing they're not that great as they used to think. Anyway, sorry, Sully, you were gonna say something. Oh, I thought you were gonna say
I
something.
don't think so.
Oh, you look like you're gonna say
Honestly,
well,
those
okay.
suckers probably cause more clots.
Tampons?
Yeah.
Honestly, I have no idea, to be honest. I genuinely have no idea.
Makes sense.
I just want to go back to like the olden times when women would just all
Bleed.
congregate together on the top of a hill in a tent and bleed together for a week. Like,
Do you know how annoying that would be?
bro,
Like,
can I get a week off of work?
everyone
Please?
would be on everyone's nerves. Bro,
It does. I know.
it does sound like a cult. Unless you're talking about, unless it's more like of a resort and you just get to go and like you can like free bleed into like towel
Yes.
pants and like you just like have a spa and like a movie and like just like a whole buffet 24/7, you know, with all the
A
sweets.
chocolate fountain.
A chocolate fountain.
Mhm.
Yes.
You got me with the buffet. I was like,
Because
I'm down for that one.
Hungry. Everybody be hungry.
See, but like, when did society change when it was like women need to work through their periods now? Because, bro,
I think we're on something. We
yeah,
can like have a
we
doctor
always
on
are.
site. You can like
Resort.
write them a prescription so that like they have to be out for like 3 days out of the month.
Three days.
Can I get at least 5?
5?
Oh, you want a week? You just want to be out every other week.
Wait, what?
Every other week?
I mean,
How often
every
do you
once
get
a
your
week a month.
period?
I mean, every once a week a month.
Hey, that's
But,
what
like,
it is.
It's true. That's
Some
true.
people are blessed with shorter cycles, but most people are not.
Those people are lucky. Or people who don't get cramps.
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
Seriously.
Or the people who only need like the tiny,
tampons.
yeah, or don't even need a tampon. Like what?
Yeah, that one I don't understand. I would never
Yeah.
understand that one. Nope. I'm the type of person who
Also,
gets so
people who
nauseous
are
I throw up.
afraid of tampons, please tell us why.
Wait, afraid?
Like they can't
They
use
run
them
away?
because they're scared. They're just scared of them.
I've known people who are scared that like they won't be able to take it out because like
Yeah,
There's
the
a
string will
string.
like go up or something. I don't know.
Well,
But okay, no, someone
how?
we went to high
Wait.
school with, I don't know how this happened, but someone we went to high school with realized she accidentally forgot to take one out and put a new one in. And so she would take that one out. She realized there's another one in.
Oh, that's how you get toxic shock
I'm like,
syndrome.
I'd be so scared of that.
Man.
guys, we're
That's
still on the topic of today.
no, I know.
Yes.
I was okay.
Yes. Anyhow, this can tie into women of color and healthcare and how poorly they get treated when it comes to said cramps and being like they hurt and they're like, you're fine. You're fine. You have a higher pain tolerance. No, we don't. Same pain tolerance. Same pain tolerance. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, fellow doctors out there. Not that I'm a doctor. Teen will be a doctor.
Fellow doctors, I like
you
that.
know, I speak on behalf of them out there. You know, just listen and believe. You know, like if somebody says, "Hey, I'm in pain," you know, maybe just take that for word. Like
Yes.
they're in
Treat it
pain.
like a
Okay, they're in
courtroom.
pain.
Innocent until proven guilty.
True.
Yeah. Okay, and this is gonna go off topic again, but we actually just had a conversation for one of my classes yesterday with this. But it was related to people with substance use disorders and like giving them pain medication if like they were like opioid drug users or something like that. Like when are you supposed to believe them? Because and that doctors basically become jaded because they don't want to
Cause like a relapse
basically
or something.
be duped or something because
Yeah.
patients do that. They'll literally come in and say they're in extreme pain, and then all it takes is someone to believe them, and they give them some morphine or
Yeah.
whatever, and then they got their high that they wanted and they leave. But
Yeah.
no, I understand you. It's totally different for that situation because like that women in general are wrongly believed to have higher pain tolerances.
Yeah.
And then within that, black women
Women.
are just for some reason like it's
Yeah.
just so stupid. I don't get why.
I think it's
I think
because
it's
we
just
work
we
through like from a young age, right? You get your period, right? You get cramps, right? And you're expected go to school, do this, do
right,
that, right? And so then you're like, oh, it's not that serious. So then you can work through
right,
sicknesses, right? Because when you get
right,
sickness when you're younger, you're told stay home,
right,
rest, be in bed. Like I
right,
bring you food, I bring you water, you chill. But then you always see like the videos of like people saying like, oh, when I'm sick versus when my husband's sick or my partner's sick,
right.
like,
Yeah.
and they're just so to us
Babies.
dramatic,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
when in reality it could just be
Yeah.
like they've never had to deal with it.
Right.
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 Yeah.
I think because women are just like society tells them basically shut up and deal with it. Like I don't want to hear about
Yeah.
your period pain. And
No.
honestly, for most women, period pain may be some of the most painful things you experience in your life, short of like childbirth and
Mm-hmm.
if maybe you break a bone or
Cancer
something.
treatment.
But like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but not everyone's gonna have cancer, right? So for a
I sure
majority of
hope not.
women, yeah,
That'd be terrifying.
it
Someone,
would be.
some guy tried to tell me that like passing a kidney stone is worse than childbirth, and I'm like, how would you know?
This is true. Although I heard kidney stones are very painful,
Yeah,
but
pretty painful.
I can't talk about either
So
because I've dealt with
different
neither.
process. But yes.
But
Yeah.
can't most of the time, like if kidney stones get caught, like they can kind of
I thought they could break them up a
and break
bit.
them up a
Yeah.
bit.
I
Sometimes
so.
depends on the size of them.
Yeah.
I don't always. Sometimes I just say drink water and let it pass.
Right.
Well, then
Most of the time,
clearly they're
actually.
saying it
Also
must
sounds
not
like
be
though
that
you
bad.
should have had a healthier diet.
I think that's a great
They're
option.
preventable. Childbirth, not so much. Not unless you want
Yes,
the
unless you had a
population to
medical
decline
condition that
significantly.
doesn't. Some
I
people have
mean,
medical conditions that make them more prone
childbirth
to.
is preventable. You just don't have child.
It is correct.
But I just said it's preventable unless if you want the whole like population to decline rapidly.
Yeah.
Well,
And I
Otherwise,
always feel
embryo
bad because like
babies.
all of like the newborn or like
What they're
the
called.
newborn babies that come in and like the moms who come in, they literally waddle. And every single time I'm like, "Do you want a wheelchair?" And they're like, "No, it's okay." And I'm like, "Girl, you can just say yes. You don't have to put on a brave face." And like half the time, like the dad's like, "Oh, I'll sit with the baby." I'm like, "Why don't we have mom sit and hold the baby?" She's like, "Thanks." He's like,
Wanna
"Oh
tell
yeah,
me-
yeah, sit down."
Don't tell me why this person came into my work and they're like, "Can I get this like with pineapple?" And I was like, "Oh, we actually don't have that anymore." And they're like, "Oh, okay." They're like, "It's okay. I had pineapple this morning. You know, they say it's good to like induce labor, and
Oh,
I'm ready." And I was just sitting there thinking,
no.
like, if you were to go into labor right in front of me, what would I do? You know?
tell her to hop in her car and go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Actually,
Vroom, vroom. So
I
she get
mean,
in an ambulance.
Unless she's had like 3 kids
Yeah,
already or
it's gonna be a
more,
long
the
labor
baby's
anyway.
it's gonna take a little bit of time
How long
before the
did you
baby.
take, Dean?
I don't remember what mom said.
Oh, when were you born? Time, not day.
Morning, like like just short of 10 a.m.
Mm. What about you, Jazz? Rin.
12:07 p.m.
When was Rosarin born?
No idea,
I
but
feel
I
like it
know
was
what you're trying to do right
afternoon.
now.
So
I think
we
it
were
was
all
after.
pretty good to mom, huh?
Time wise, oh, like
Yeah.
not coming in the middle of the night. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Most people's first labors take at least 14 hours.
Mm.
Usually closer to 20.
Yeah.
And then once you've had your first kid, then your
Things
body
go a
gets
little
more
quicker.
used to it and it starts going quicker. But it still can take.
So eventually, you just think you're taking a poop, and they're right out.
I don't know if it happens quite like that.
I don't know. I think we should ask the 20 kids and counting moms. I bet you they just slip right out.
Or like all those people on like I didn't know I was pregnant.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Those people were
But
like,
they
yeah, I
knew
just
they
went to the
were in
bathroom.
labor, or they knew there was something going on with their body when they were in
Yes.
labor. Like it wasn't just like they went to the bathroom and then there was the baby. They were like, I was having stomach pain and I felt like I really had to poop or something.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there was that. But yeah, those
I
people
mean,
just had like.
but we know someone who didn't know they were pregnant.
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, we do?
Yeah. I'm
Why
not
are you
gonna
whispering?
say it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a physical secret.
If I whisper it, they'll still hear. We can talk about it later. We know. We know
This
someone.
is
We know
stumping
someone.
me.
We do.
I don't know very many people who
Guys,
are.
we're still not on the topic of
No, not
I
really.
know. See, I said we're gonna go off topic
Anyhow,
again when I
so
said my thing. Okay, what were we
what do
trying to
we?
say?
What do
We're
we?
talking about
Let's just hop
medical
on to
myths.
something.
We're talking about
Let's
stuff.
grab
We're
onto
That's what I
talking
was
about
something.
thinking.
stuff.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Let's talk about the not being as mixed people, not being black
Yes.
enough or not being white
That's
enough.
a great one. Yes.
Because you obviously are not visibly white in appearance, so clearly you are not white enough to fit in with the white crowd or anything of that sort. But then, of course, you get to the black people, and you will hear this at probably every BSU on any campus across the nation, where you won't be black enough if you're mixed in a black crowd because they think you have the hair privilege right? Because it's just curly. It's not the tight curls. It seems like it grows naturally. It's not just all like, but like you also are a little bit lighter, or you have this, you have that, and it's just like you feel racism from like both sides. And you're like, y'all.
Like you don't feel accepted at all by either
No.
groups. Which I
No.
remember we tried to have this conversation with our parents and neither of them understood.
Mm-mm.
Which is like it's so
Hi,
weird.
Mom and Dad.
Yeah. But I mean like that's fair. They don't live our lives. They
Mm-mm.
don't know what it's like to be biracial.
No.
It's
Just
such
like,
a weird like in limbo position to be.
Mhm.
And especially like our age, like
yeah, I was gonna say like
interracial
it was not
marriages
much of a
not
thing,
as
but now I feel like it's a trend because it's like, oh, all these mixed babies are so cute. Like, okay, that's not why you should be having a child.
yes. Okay, this is not meant to be racist, but all those white women who are like, I want to be with a black guy and have a mixed baby.
Oh my god, go get a sperm donor.
The thing is though, it goes so much more beyond having a mixed child. Like that child's gonna grow up, they're gonna experience racism, which you personally have never experienced as a white
And
person.
it's not even the child, the partner as well.
Yes, the partner as well. But not
And how are you
not
going to know
always
how to
are
talk to
they
your
staying
kid?
together, but yeah.
That's true. How do you
Hair
know
care.
like,
You don't know hair
no,
care.
you don't know hair care. You don't know not to take them to a white salon. You don't know when they turn 16 and start driving on their own to tell them that you need to follow the rules of the road. And if you get pulled over, you aren't supposed to make any like quick movements or like reach for something when they don't know what you're reaching for. Like, they don't know these sides of things. They don't see the microaggression when you go out. Like when we go out with mom and it'd be like, "Oh, are you adopted?" Like, really? Like, why do we have to assume that? You
Or
know,
just the stares in
it
general.
just the
Mhm.
stares in general.
Like
Yeah.
the double takes.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
what is she doing with them? Oh, they're with her. Yeah. Oh,
or
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the pity. The like,
yeah.
oh look, she's taking care of
Them.
like
Yeah.
God bless
Or
her
like
soul.
even like be like going somewhere with mom or whatever another person that is white and
Mhm.
like you split up and then you got your people got their eyes on you and
Mhm.
stuff and then the moment you
Mhm.
like join back up with
Going
them
back
it's
with
like
her, they're like, "Oh, okay.
oh
Never
it's
mind."
fine. Like
Yeah.
okay.
mhm.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, people?
Or like not
Seriously?
that it's at least not to my knowledge, it hasn't happened to any of us, but like when kids get lost in a store, is your first thought gonna be that one of us was a child to a white mom?
White woman.
Right. No.
No.
I'm looking for my mom.
And,
You're
oh, okay, let me help you. I'm trying to find a black person. Like, what are you gonna
right.
do?
Yeah. Exactly.
Or like when you're out with dad and only dad,
Yeah.
and then the stares that you get with that, like especially here when it's only white people,
Yeah.
it's like,
Did your printer run out of ink, sir?
no, not even that. It's almost like they're looking at you like looking at him like, are they with him?
Yep.
Did
Yeah.
he take them? Like the suspicion that automatically
Yeah.
gets
Yeah.
put on
There's
him.
just it's like going back to like people just needing to know everything and be nosy. Like people
Mhm.
just like always make the worst assumptions and forget that people can have multicultural families, which
Mhm.
is crazy. I don't know. I don't know if it's just I feel like it happens more with people who are biracial, like white black, than like white something else. Because like I feel like if you're like white Asian, you still look Asian enough
Mhm. Mhm.
to like be
Yeah.
identified as an Asian
Asian.
person, or
Right.
like white Hispanic, you still look Hispanic
Hispanic
enough.
enough.
Like
Like
Yeah.
the dark black, like almost black hair,
Such a
straight,
good
yeah,
like
point. White
yeah,
really dilutes black more than
yeah.
anything else. Intriguing.
So
Or like
I
the
feel like
families. Sorry, go ahead.
no,
Who are mixed like us, but like one kid may look white and the other one does look black, and then they're like, "Wait, you guys are siblings?" Or,
Siblings?
yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
It's like yeah,
or like the people who are
Like
white
we come
passing
in
or
different
whatever.
yeah,
shades.
white
And then it's
passing.
like that's a whole nother thing because then they're like,
Mhm.
well, you don't understand the struggles of even
Mhm.
being mixed because you
Right,
look white.
Right.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's hard. It's hard to explain in a delicate way to them because, like, for some of those
And
people, even though they're white passing, that
Mhm.
culture is still really important to them. And
Right.
so, like, it's like
Almost gets taken
I
offensively.
yeah, which I totally understand. And I could almost see like them wanting to look more like their culture in that
Mhm.
case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
bro, I was showed this clip of a white woman, white, telling you white, okay,
Mhm.
in an interview because she low key looks like she could be mixed, right?
Mhm.
And like they're like, so are you black? And she goes, yeah, I am. And you're kind of like, okay, well, where's this going, right?
Mhm.
And like she's like, as far as I'm concerned, my birth certificate wasn't like filed until a month and a half after I was born or something. And she was like, and there was no one really there to witness my birth, and my parents just signed it, whatever, whatnot. She's like, so as far as I'm concerned, their like ethnicity and whatnot has nothing to do with me or something along those lines.
Oh
And bro, when they show you the before and after, like when she was a child, that child white, I tell you, from the south too,
my
straight
gosh.
up white.
Wait, I feel like I know what you're talking about.
Is
Okay,
this like the woman who was like the head of like
of the
a like the
NAACP.
yes, the
Yes.
Yeah.
NAACP because
And
then she like
oh
teased
my
her
gosh,
hair or
she
something.
permed
Yeah.
her hair, and she's like, I haven't done anything to like make my skin darker unless if like going to a tanning booth and bronzer every once in a while is illegal. And it's like,
Yeah, because she had like straight hair.
yeah. And it's insane to me. It's like, bro, what?
Yeah.
Like,
They couldn't even let us have our own little corp. They had to infiltrate.
like it's one thing to like a culture and like really enjoy that culture. It's a whole nother thing to try and become a person
Yeah.
from that culture.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, to say the least.
That's
To
crazy.
say the least. Now, okay, going back on the whole, like though, like if they're like white passing or whatever, and like understanding that like they want like they get frustrated that they get treated more as white and stuff. Like I do understand that, but at the same time, you're almost like giving them a pass where when you like try and explain your situation to someone who is actually white who gets treated like this white passing person, you're trying to say like you guys can react differently. Like I understand the person who's white passing, like yes, they have the culture with them, but the treatment for the both of them is still the same. They
Oh
still
yeah.
both get treated the same. And so I feel like with that, I understand the being upset part, like not looking maybe how like you fully identify, but facts are the facts. You get treated one way or another way.
Yeah.
And we
No,
all need
I
to
understand.
understand that,
Yeah.
you know?
And they actually have a unique situation. Like if you're white passing, but you have like another culture that's like genetically within you, like you have a unique situation where you can kind of choose. Like
Mhm.
you can go about acting white and never tell anyone that you are like Native American or
Yeah.
Asian or something like that, right? And like basically live your life as a white person,
Yeah.
or you can then be around people who are of that ethnicity and be like, oh yeah, I am part of that, and then like join in on that culture too.
Mhm.
Like you have a very, I don't know, like a
Yeah,
You
unique,
can
like,
live
ebb and
under the
flow.
yeah,
Yeah, under the radar kind of
under the
thing, like,
radar, yeah.
yeah, you can fly where you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, or rather than being shaped as, like, being spotted like, "Oh, you're a peg, fit in the peg hole." Like,
Right. Because we
yeah.
can't do that. Because we're clearly
No.
not white, but we're clearly
Uh-huh.
not fully black. And so
Right.
like people don't need any information from us other than to be able to see to know that
Mhm.
information.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
you don't really get a choice. I mean, yeah,
No.
people do
Yeah.
mistake my racial identity often.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah, I
is
mean,
a
like, but
good
honestly,
thing,
like,
but
that goes back to, like, the whole fact too, though, where and obvious I don't know, I feel like maybe mixed races weren't that big when we were younger, mainly
Mhm.
because, like, when people were dating and then having children around the time that we were born, again, interracial couples were frowned upon and or still frowned upon in a sense. So mixed children weren't as prevalent. And you'd like
Mhm.
get to like the boxes, and you're like, are you white? Are you Native
Mhm.
American? Are you Hispanic? Or are you Black / African American? And it's like there was no two or more races. There was no other. It was just you check one of these, and they'd be like, oh, check Black, because obviously you look Black. You don't
Mhm.
look white. And
Mhm.
it's like, and I would always struggle with that because I'm like, but I'm not. Like, I
Mhm.
am two races. I should be checking
Mhm.
both boxes, you know? And so I don't know. I mean, I know they've recently changed that kind of stuff, but also like goes to show like when we were growing up, and I feel like we already talked about this a little bit, but there weren't many other people who are mixed who we grew up
Mhm.
with. Whereas like
Mhm.
now I feel like it's every other child out there that's like it's like a mixed child.
It's more often now,
It is
yeah.
a
I
lot
still
more
not
often.
not
Yes.
still minority, but
Yes. But like there's still a group, you can like associate with where rather than trying to pick
right.
like, do I go hang out with the white group or do I hang out with the black group?
Right.
You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. But I think like with the whole having to fill out forms and choosing your race, it was also very confusing to me because it's like I'm half and half. Like to have to
Mhm.
choose one is denying the other half, like
Mhm.
literally half of me. Like there's not a
Yes.
majority. If there was a majority, I feel like it would make it a little
It's a little
easier to be
different.
like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm more this, so then I guess
Than anything else.
then I
Right.
would choose that.
Use that.
And the only reason I would choose like African American / Black is because that's what people look at me and see.
Mhm.
Because I know if I put white or Caucasian, like people would be like, no, you're not.
Yeah, you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. They'd be like, hold on, let me get my glasses out.
Maybe I should have done
I
that.
think
Maybe I should have done that on a
White.
few college applications. He's like, I'm white. You can pick me now.
yeah.
And I think also, like, especially with our names.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
didn't help.
Yeah. Because our names are a little more unique. And
Yeah.
love
They
them.
are.
I love my
I
name.
know.
Oh,
I know.
absolutely.
Yes,
But, like,
totally.
as far as it goes for it being on an application or on a
Talk about
doctor's
saying
form or
you're a
whatever
peg,
and
you fit in
whatnot,
this peg hole. Like,
it's like you see that name and then if white were to follow it, you'd be like, yeah, no.
interesting.
No, what are you actually?
Yeah.
That's
Well, and then I'm
wrong.
like, even like goes to like this point where I
But
feel
no,
like,
wait.
oh, go
Sorry.
ahead.
Do you
No,
mind
go
if
ahead.
I just emphasize the what are you actually?
What are
Because
you
when you
actually?
tell
Yeah.
people, when people are like, oh,
Bro.
what are you? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm human. And they're like, no, but like, what are you? And then you're like, okay, I'm black and white. And they're like, but like, what are you actually? Like, what are you? Like, they want to know like
Yeah.
the very
Or where are
specifics.
you
And I'm like,
from?
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
What do you want to
but where are
hear?
your
Where are
ancestors
your ancestors
from?
from? Earth. Just like yours.
Hopefully.
All of ours originated from what? Africa. So
Yeah.
buzz
Yeah.
off.
No, actually though, it's like I guess if we go back to it, we all came from the same two people, so
True.
like we the same.
Brother. Sister.
Mother.
Is that you?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
not to make this weird, but I saw this video like a week ago or something, and it was like most people have in their like basically they're going like if you go back in your ancestry and you like go like okay I have 2 parents, 4 grandparents, 8 great grandparents, and like you kept going back,
Mhm.
like it would like equal more than the amount of people that have ever lived on the earth or whatever. And so they're like pretty much every single
Oh.
person in their nearish like lineage, probably at no more than like 8 back, have had cousins marry each other. And I was like, I could have gone my life not knowing that. I really could have gone my life not knowing that.
No, thank you.
Like, that's weird. But yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Random detour. I feel like you're gonna
Yeah.
say something, Jasmine.
Yeah, you were gonna
I
say
was. I
something.
don't remember though. But I have another thing I wanted to say. So back on like the whole like women, especially like black women, like can tolerate more pain. Do you feel like, especially like with childbirth, like that stems from the fact of like slavery? Like whenever they would have to give birth to a child, they didn't like get like the doctor's attention like a white woman would, and they would just like be out in the shed like pushing out a child and being like, I gotta go pick some more cotton tomorrow. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I
probably.
definitely think it stems from that. And it probably also stems from the fact that, like, think of all the brutality they experienced. And if they complained one tiny droplet about it, they
yes,
probably got more brutality on them. So they just shut
that's a
up
good
and say
point.
nothing.
Yeah.
And then that
And
just
like
kind of
even
gets
like during
passed
those
down,
times
right?
though, like black women weren't the only people to obviously get brutality or just slaves in general, obviously like with a whip. But like husbands would abuse their wives and it was a common thing. It wasn't like frowned upon back then. And they would get like a little slap across the face and be like, oh my god. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then like you're out like whipping these slaves out here and they can't like move an inch, they can't make a peep because God forbid you add 10 more lashings to this, you know?
Mhm.
And so it's just like from I guess from that it's just like, oh, they're tougher. Like no, we've just toughened up our
They
feet
just
because
know
we've
they
walked
need
through
to
hell.
shut up.
Hmm.
Don't say anything. Yeah.
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 So.
Which is unfortunate, but
Mhm. Yeah, it is.
hopefully we will learn to get our voices back eventually.
Just heard.
Someday.
We have our voice, just to be heard.
I still feel like we don't speak up enough. Definitely think there
That's a
are
good point.
areas that could be like
Yeah.
there's plenty of
It's
things
but
that could,
honestly, I feel like we've all been dealt the pick your battle card.
yeah, I know.
And it's always like, yes, I could say something, but is it worth it? Because Karen might
Right.
snap off and all of a sudden the police are here and I'm being blamed for something I never did.
Right. Yeah. No, it is definitely pick your
Which
battles.
is a note because police stemmed off of those who monitored slaves. So, in reality, the history of police and their brutality towards black people is just how
It's
they were
racist.
founded.
Yep. It's inherently racist.
Abolish, demolish, abolish the
Defund.
police, defund the police, put it into the community.
Just needs to be rebuilt.
Yeah.
The whole thing needs to be rebuilt because first thing, we should not be having people just never mind. This is a conversation for a different time.
Certainly is. But if you look
I
at
like
other
this.
countries and there's less violence because there's more stuff in the community for people to do and, you know, a better community overall,
And they don't carry guns.
don't need it.
Police are there to de-escalate, not escalate.
Not shoot
the
people up.
situation. So that is the big difference, I feel like. There's not enough training for that.
No.
But yeah.
It's the fact that it
That's a
takes more
whole nother
hours to
conversation.
train to be a barber than it does to be a police officer to hold a gun legally.
It's insane.
You can't legally cut someone's hair before you can go shoot a gun at somebody.
Time wise,
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, time-wise, you could, because you can go to Walmart and buy a gun.
Yeah, no. The way you said it though made it sound like you have to
Oh.
learn how to shoot a gun before you
Shoot
can become a
before-
barber. I was like-
Oh, sorry. Yes, no.
It's okay. Or maybe that's just the way my brain thought of it.
As a police officer,
be
you
kinda
are
funny.
allowed to shoot a gun at civilians before a barber can
Yep.
cut a civilian's hair.
You can go buy a gun if you want. I mean, you have to have a.
Don't.
No, you can
Mm-mm.
just go
Please
buy a
don't.
gun, right?
Yeah,
no,
buy
please
a pink gun or a BB gun or
Nerf
what are
gun.
the Nerf gun? But what's like the one in the like laser tag? Like what's that gun?
A
laser gun.
laser
Just a laser gun? Buy a laser gun.
A laser beam gun?
Laser
No.
gun. I don't know. Just not one
Laser
that shoots
tag gun.
bullets or anything of that sort that can cause real
Yeah.
A
damage.
mini marshmallow gun?
Anything
Yes,
that
and
could take
shoot it in your
someone's
mouth.
life should not be around. And shoot it in your mouth. Shoot it in your hot chocolate.
Ooh.
But what if it would like
Then maybe you have to like put your hot chocolate like further away and like hit it at like an
Yeah.
angle so it goes.
that'd be fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like instead of beer pong, it's like hot
Ping pong
chocolate
gun.
pong.
That's a thing too.
Huh?
A ping pong gun. That's a thing too.
That is a thing.
Ping pong balls.
Yeah, and you just
Oh,
t-shirt
it
gun.
is.
That's
A
also a
t-shirt one too. Yeah.
Mhm.
True.
The money guns.
Mm. If only I had the money for that.
That one I want.
Yeah. More like only if someone else had the money and I could just be like the one person audience
Yeah.
for it.
And like if it was like $100 bills, not like the $1 bills, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take any dollar bills, but yes.
But preferably 100.
Yeah.
The higher the better.
Yeah.
Give me those bends.
Yeah.
Okay, kids.
All right.
Should we let them go? Enjoy their day.
I guess so. If we must.
And the rest of the weekend they need to go try the Wendy's Frosty.
Yes, please go try it.
Frosty.
Try the Wendy's Frosty.
It is
Oh,
pretty good.
and the Post Malone Oreos if you haven't already done so.
Yes.
Mhm.
Do both.
Look.
They do.
And the Skittles gummies.
And while we're on the Wendy's topic of Thin Mints, Girl Scout cookies are coming around. So if
They're
you want to
already
support
around.
your local troop.
Yeah, they are.
At Cub.
Go.
That's in Midwest. Well, I don't know.
I
man.
just say that
at your
because we
local
sell
grocery
cookies.
store.
Grocery store, there's probably
Yeah.
a Girl Scout chilling there. Like,
Or
"Do you
even
wanna buy some
Depot or
cookies?"
Lowe's. Mm-hmm.
It's impossible to say no to them.
You know, it is hard.
It is when you don't have money.
It's not, you mean?
Can you? Yeah, I was gonna say. You mean it's not hard when you don't have money? Just be like, can I
She
just?
said
set up
it's
a
I said
credit?
it's impossible.
Yeah,
It's not when you don't have money.
Yeah.
What did I say?
it is
when you don't have money.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like, are you doing IOUs now? There's an IOU $6 for this box of peanut butter patties.
absolutely not. $6 for
Why did she
boxes
name
for
so
files.
It is
Back
wild.
in my day, they costed $3.50.
50.
$3.25, bro.
$3.50.
When we started off, it was $3.25.
Was it really?
The
Yes.
good old days.
Because
Yeah.
I remember thinking all we had to do was grab $3 and 1/4, and it pissed me off that I had to
Yeah.
grab 1/4 because I'm like, this is ridiculous. Get rid of the quarter.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's just make it
And then
$3.
And I think by the time we left, it was $4, and I was like, "Ain't
Yes,
nobody
yeah, something
buying
like that.
Girl Scout cookies anymore
just
if it's
for
$4."
$4
But
to
look at
buy.
that, now it's $6.
$6.
$6.
Insane. It's insane.
Ah,
Yeah.
Feels like they increase every year. I know they don't, but
Yes,
it
this was like
feels
$5
that way.
last year. At least like with the $5 a box, you could just pull out a $5 bill and get one box, and like you don't even have to worry about
And
change.
then they would market it 4
Yeah.
for $20, and like that doesn't seem like
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
bad of a
that's-
deal.
No, it
No,
doesn't.
it doesn't.
Even though it's
Because
still
it's one bill, 4
$8 a
boxes.
box. Yeah.
It's
Yes,
not a deal.
exactly.
It's the same amount.
It's the same amount, but it feels like a deal. Like I can just hand over this $1 bill, and like you can give me 4 boxes of cookies. That's awesome. That's a great.
Yeah.
I can
exchange rate.
hand over $100 bill and get 200 boxes. Not 200 a box. Yeah,
I was
200.
supposed to be
20?
like, who are you shopping
20
with?
boxes. Oh my gosh.
20. 20.
It's late, guys. It's been a long
20
day.
boxes of cookies, which is a
20
lot. when you think
boxes.
About it.
8.
Lot.
8?
Yeah, it's 8. You
It's
said
been a
it's
long
late.
day. It is late, and it's been a long day.
Okay.
It's late for my brain to be doing math, is what it is.
Definitely late for me. This is like past my bedtime this week. My bedtime this week has been like 7:30. It's insane. I know. but it's been
That's crazy.
Why?
You're
'Cause I've just been
old.
tired. I've just been tired, and I'm like, you know what? If I'm not gonna stay up and study, I'm not gonna stay up to watch TV and be tired. Like that's if I'm gonna try and stay up to watch TV, I might as well just go to bed and not be tired in the morning because of it. But if I'm gonna
Jasmine,
stay up,
you've
I might as well
come
study.
such a long way.
I know, I have. It's almost like I'm trying to be an adult.
You were TV obsessed.
Scary. I know.
Crying
I know.
over TV.
Obsessed.
There were those
Jughead.
times.
I know. And,
What's
but the
next
thing
most
is, all I think
entertaining?
about is I'm like, I have Friday night because I don't really have to go to bed at a certain time. I have Saturday and
Saturday
Sunday
night?
because, yeah, I have all day Saturday. I have all day Sunday to do whatever. So if I just get everything I need done during the week, I don't have to do stuff on the weekend. That's the
a fair
mentality.
point.
It's fair.
Mm.
Okay.
All right.
On that note,
On that note,
enjoy
Over
your
that.
Saturday.
leave you to do the things you need to do.
Watch some anime this weekend.
While eating your cookies and
Solo
Frosty
leveling.
and your Skittles gummies.
Shout out. Solo leveling. That's like so low. And then like leveling, like you're leveling up.
Thanks for tuning in. See you all next week.
Peace out.